Sriram, can we start?
Yes, Vidya, we'll start.
Ms. Shrenika, are you ready to start? Good to start?
Yes, Auntie, perhaps.
All right.
Okay. Good evening, participants. Welcome you all for the special edition of the Independence Day celebration by CMA Monday Musings. So, Coimbatore Management Association is one of the oldest and one of the active association in the country. And Monday Musings is our weekly thought leadership talk series on current topics to enrich the participants on the latest things what's happening around us. So today it's Monday Musings number 482. That is 482 episode. What is today? That is third week of August. So today we have with us a young speaker, that is Miss Shrinika Satish Babu, a sixth grade author. So we welcome you, Shrinika, for today's Monday Musings. So before I hand over the session to Shrinika, let me give a brief introduction about today's speaker. Shrinika is a child prodigy. She is the author of 3 books, a fourth one in the editing stage, and is already on her 5th literary journey. A multi-talented whiz, she also dabbles in Bharatanatyam, dancing, singing, art, and cooking, amongst other things. Her first book, Diary of a Little Girl, was published at the tender age of 8. She embarked on her second book, an autobiographical journal, Lana's Exploration, which she illustrated herself. Her third book, Airavata 2, was ranked 19th among 6,000 entries worldwide in the Kalakar magazine writing contest. Her awards and achievements include recipient of the CLR Field of Literature Award for Young Author by Pakidam Tales, honored by the BJP Women's Wing President Ms. Vanati Srinivasan, resource person for an online initiative on sustainable development goals at Manila and Philippines, nominated as Young Ambassador for Pakidam Tales, participated as a young author in the program Road to Creative Writing and Illustration for Kids at Mary Technical High School, Nigeria. Guest speaker at Ratinam Technical Campus aimed at empowering girls for a brighter tomorrow. Speaker at the CIA program on Do You Want to Be an Author, organized by the Young Indians and Talir team. Honored as a representative of Pakidam Tales at an international conference by Vellalar College. So with this brief introduction, let me invite Ms. Srinika to please take over the session and enrich us. Over to you, Ms. Srinika.
Thank you very much, Shriram uncle. So, I'm Shrinika Satish Babu, an 11-year-old author, singer, dancer, artist, and a student at the Alam International Freedom School. Today, I'm going to be talking about the topic academics and passions, the joyful equation. So, since most
sound கேக்கல
am I audible?
Yeah, you are very much audible, Srinika, and your slide is also visible. Please continue.
Since most of you here are MBA students, I'm going to be sharing my story as a case study. Introduction. In the quirky world of lockdown, me, an 8-year-old, faced the hilarious dilemma of finding productive ways to spend time at home. I was initially ecstatic about the break from school. I thought I could sit in front of the TV, watch Netflix, watch K-drama, listen to BTS, Blackpink, Taylor Swift all day. But my mother didn't like it. Let me break this out to you. I think most of us here love BTS, Blackpink, or even Taylor Swift. But most of our parents don't. Until all of this came to an end. I found myself in a daunting writing task. I met online classes. This case study will take you on a roller coaster ride through the trials of hesitation, The epic grammar battles, a symphony of rejections, and an eventual unexpected twist sprinkled with a dash of humor. The hesitation hoopla. When my teacher dropped the writing bomb, I went from hooray to hold on. I tried so hard. I gave a lot of input, but it felt like as if someone had just announced a marathon of vegetable eating, not an ideal situation for self-declared professional person. Imagine my plea. The daring challenges. Grammar glitches. When I started writing journals, I felt like English was a very hard subject to understand. The journey into writing was as if I was venturing into the wild, grammar infested jungle. I felt that commas were mischievous monkeys swinging around everywhere, and apostrophes were hiding inside the bushes, waiting to pounce, just like my Rottweiler whenever he looks at a ball. Crafting an interesting story? Well, that was a mystery, as complicated as trying to explain why cats insist on knocking things off tables for no reason. Rejection related. Imagine entering a writing contest where the judges are made out of paper and ink, and the stakes are your dreams. That's what exactly happened to me. There was a big rejection me sign on their forehead. That's what I thought. But hey, that didn't let them go down. I stories were rejected more times than a sibling asking for the last cookie. Strategies with a splash of humor. I felt like a brave knight running away from a tiny mouse. And I used to cry a lot. I cried a lot actually, because I gave so much hard work and determination, yet it did not get published. And my grandmother once told my mother to call the newspaper guys and tell them, hey, my granddaughter is crying. I don't want her to cry. So please publish her next journal that she writes, or else. And then my mother would say, how the heck is that possible, Amma? It was such a hilarious moment. But I realized that I was writing it wrong. I felt that I should face the problems like a brave knight on a noble quest. I realized that writing was a battle worth fighting, even if it meant conquering a dragon. In this epic adventure of mine, parental support was something that gave me encouragement. It was like as if a team of wizards offering me magical encouragement. The joyful finale. I kept trying and trying until I wrote 59 journals. After that, my 60th got published. Seeing my name on the newspaper was like discovering as if I was the long lost heir to the writing throne. There wasn't one person I failed to call and tell, hey, did you look at the new Hindu Young World newspaper? My journal was published there. Please go look at it, read it, and give me positive feedbacks. The school's praise gave me goosebumps, and it felt like a grand coronation. Right now, we're going to look at the challenges and the strategies I used to overcome. Feeling confused during the lockdown, laziness, grammar and writing challenges, disappointment and frustration. When I was feeling confused during the lockdown, I tried even when I was confused. When I was lazy, parental support and encouragement got me out of that laziness. Grammar and writing challenges, getting help for improvement. Parental support and encouragement also came into this. Disappointment and frustration. I worked hard with determination and I also had triumph over disappointment. Okay, I hope you all found my case study, a lovely one. So right now we're gonna go into the topic, the time management quest. Sir Jim Rohn once told us, either run the day or the day runs you over. Time as a precious treasure. Time is something that should be understood by people. Once it's gone, there are no regrets. And I just realized that. If you don't hold your time properly, if you don't use your time properly, it can run away from you very easily. No man can ever afford to lose time. Time can most possibly be managed under a properly arranged schedule. A schedule should have permanent timings for each day. My ways. So if I come home by 4 o'clock after 7 hours of school, I give myself just a 5-minute shower and attend my 2-hour tuition from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. because I don't have any other classes there. The 5-minute shower is to freshen myself up and make me look bright in my tuition. And I would only take 5 minutes to do so because I wouldn't be wasting more time. After that, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I've got vocal classes on 7 to 8 p.m. The rest of the days, I've got my skating classes on 7 to 8 p.m. But on Wednesdays, I've got my vocal training to attend. So I've got to skip 3 of my skating classes to attend my vocal classes. That's why people say this or that, right? On Saturdays, I've got my violin classes in the evening. On Sunday mornings, 2 hours of dance classes are to be attended. And only then. The rest of the hours, I finish my homeworks, listen to music, spend time with my family, or even watch K-drama. I've got so much time for myself. Unveiling time secrets. Those are some of the tips I would like to unveil to you guys. Use your time on time. Finish your work by the given time on your schedule, or else the whole point of having a schedule is of no use. Imagine you not following a well prepared schedule stuck in your wall. Not good, right? Turn off all the medias like WhatsApp, Instagram, or even Truecaller and etc. Every notification or call you receive would distract you. And I just realized that. Prioritization magic. The art of discernment. Practice makes perfect. Yes, of course. All those classes are not the only things that matter, right? Practice, just 1 hour of practice can make perfection in your class. Like for example, I learned violin and I'm still in the bow practice, but still, even though it's just a matter of seconds, I have to keep practicing to make perfection. Once I make perfection, I can move on to the steps easily and more quickly. So it's not that hard for you to dedicate an hour from your schedule to practice, right? It's very useful for you. The 80 out of 20 rule. Maximizing impact. Genius demands effort. True, I agree, but only 20% out of 80. The other 60% has got to be 20% of determination, 40% of happiness, and joy in everything you do. Over the years of learning extracurriculars, I just realized that finding joy in everything you do is definitely important. If I don't feel amiable about whatever I'm doing or learning, I've got to let it go. Just when I was 5 years old, I used to learn how to paint, but I didn't like painting at all. And right now, I realized from my father's words that if I don't find joy in something I'm doing, I've got to let it go. Concentration and determination loops. For the first 15 minutes of class, I focus listening to the instructor's lecture, taking notes if necessary, not all the time. Recent studies show us that the human brain can concentrate only for around 15 minutes. So, not taking notes and listening to the instructor's lecture just for 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes is really important and can help you with all of your studies. Patience is also vital during exams while facing tough questions. The only thing that has to be done is thinking. Never try to guess. Think what is right. Using your time. Take the right amount of time from the time you're given and date back to your memory lane and write down what you think is right. Never guess. Determination is another crucial point. Hard work and determination to do something never goes wrong. Like, for example, once in fourth grade, I had a very poor background in maths. Through the holidays, I used to follow up with my math tuition. I used to do a math sum every day, and I worked on my math with a lot of hard work and determination, trying to prove that I was really good at math. Right now, I feel like I am good at math. Health. It's also important to be cautious about your health as well. If you get caught in any health issue, it would be perhaps hard for you to follow your schedule, follow up with your studies as well. You see, last year, every 6 months, once in 6 months, I would get caught up with some fever or even food poisoning. And I could just sit in my bed drinking some medication, and I couldn't follow my schedule at all. I can't follow my schedule. I can't go for any of my classes. I can't play with my sister. I can't play with my dogs. I can't watch TV. Can't listen to music. So sad, right? Avoiding the busy trap. Avoiding the busy trap is also prime. You have to find the difference between busy and being productive. Saying you're busy and not being productive is not right. You're just wasting a good lot of time. You see, sometimes I used to tell my mother, Amma, I'm listening to BTS. I can help you with your chores even the next time. Whatever I was doing back then was not wrong, was very wrong. I could have even said, Amma, I'm listening to BTS and doing my artwork. So maybe I can help you with your chores next time. And I can even listen to BTS and do some journalism, do art, sketch out something, research something. The ups and downs. This or that they say, which is perhaps true. For if you're falling in love with two or more extracurricular activities, one should be stroked out from your list to add the other. Once I had a field trip to attend. It was all about my academics. We were going to Pollachi to learn about agriculture. The same time, I had a Bharatanatyam performance to perform, and I had a rehearsal back there. I had to pick this or that, my academics or my extracurricular. In my school, most of our field trips are not overnight, but this Pollachi field trip was overnight. So I thought, this is now or never. So I've got to pick the Pollachi field trip for my academics. So I picked that. I feel like this is a very good example for this or that. Holistic developments. Extracurricular activities can not only relieve your stress from your inner self, but also improve your inner self. I just came to know that learning the violin can help you build new muscles in your brain and help your brain function more. Any instrument actually. Your left brain will be activated even more. Music can bring calmness to the minds of the depressed. Dancing can bring happiness to the disordered. And sketching can cure the minds of almost everyone. Studies show us that depressed people do not talk a lot and they communicate by their art. Those are some of the songs I listen to when I'm feeling a little bit down. Rainy Days by V, Spring Day by BTS, Still With You by Jungkook, Yes to Heaven by Lana Del Rey, Somewhere Only We Know by Ken, and August by Taylor Swift. Those are some of the art forms I learned. This is me getting my first award from Mrs. Vanati Srinivasan for my first book, Diary of a Little Girl. This is me receiving a welcome gift for my conference at the VET College of Engineering and Technology for Girls. And this is me invited as a speaker in Young Indians, organized by Talir and CII Group for the topic of futurepreneurs. This is me giving a dance performance in the Shirdi Sai Baba temple while I was 10 years old. This is me 5 years old on my first stage. This is me 10 years old singing Konjam Mainakale for my 10th anniversary of my music school. All of those are my books and the magazines I took part in. This is Diary of a Little Girl. This is a type of fictional plus non-fictional autobiography. This is Lana's exploration, which talks about a pink lion and a group of her friends trying to change the environment. This is Airavata 2, which is an anthology where a lot of authors took place to write about an imaginary elephant, and I was the only young one. Hashtag Kalakar was a very famous magazine I took part in. Among 6,000 entries, I was the 19th one who got chosen. Navigating self-doubt in time management. Self-doubt is a complex and important concept we have to talk about because self-doubt never works. If you want to achieve something, self-doubt is never the key. Self-doubt blocks the way. Self-doubt appears in the minds of mostly youngsters when they're compared with another. It also may appear when people think they're not good enough. It has also happened to me once. While I was learning dance, when I was 8 years old, I used to look at many other dancers who are way better than me. Their Arai Mandi, their elbow posture, all of it. I thought, aren't I good enough? Aren't I good enough? I think I should improve. And I had self-doubt in myself. But over time, I found out the only way to embrace self-passion is that to forget the term I will give up and switch to the term I will never give up. Feeling empty and useless is usual. It happens to me even now, even when I was in lockdown struggling to find my ways. Thus, it should never give up your identity. Expecting encouragement. Expecting encouragement isn't such of a bad thing. I realized this while my friends, we were on a road trip. And my friend was talking about she and her friend winning a cooking competition. And she said, my friend wants to take all of the credit to herself. But I never got the encouragement and right motivation to do so. My father told her, expecting encouragement isn't such of a bad thing, but you cannot expect it all the time. If you don't receive the right motivation, do it yourself. Self-love and self-motivation are one of the many main points of living. Even our school, the Alam International Freedom School, they mostly never encourage us for anything, mostly. Because they want us to teach that we've got this. We've got this all by ourselves. Learn to love yourself before you love others. Kim Seokjin of BTS. Ink and inspiration. She got rejected 12 times in a row. She was so poor and stranded in the middle of the road with her toddler Jessica that she couldn't even afford for a Xerox copy. J.K. Rowling had to write the book Harry Potter 12 times to each publisher. I'm going to ask you another question. I believe most of us here are Harry Potter fans, right? Yes, the very famous author J.K. Rowling, who is now the richest author of all time, was once a single mother living under a filthy household and her dream being an author. Due to all of this pressure, she fell into depression and almost committed suicide. Thus, just because of her determination and hard work, she tried again. A small publishing house in London, which was Bloomsbury, agreed to publish her book. She once even told us, my parents were disappointed because before birth I was declared a boy, but after I was born a girl, they used to dress me up with blue tees and beige pair of trousers. Thought of the day. How are your thoughts? Thoughts always have to be positive to achieve big moments. This explains to the blooming colors of our lives and how we choose them, how we get hold of them. To say, for example, if we're coloring a beautiful picture of a scenery, what we pick are the colors of bright pigment. That's how we make the scenery look beautiful and pretty. The same way, the only way our lives can be so pretty and scenic is when we absorb the positive energy and spread it to others. And how we pick the bright colors, example, our friends around us. Only if our circle is positive and try to embrace us, we've got to be friends with them. Takeaway points. Getting help from your parents or your teachers is never a bad thing. Telling yourself, I will never give up in tough situations is important. Forget the term I will give up. Determination and hard work never fails to let you shine. You can find your golden hour right away. Find joy in everything you do. Joyness and happiness is what keep track of your schedule. Keep track of your health as well. All of you, thank you very much. Thank you, CMA, for giving me this opportunity once again. And I would like to get on with the QA session. People who are willing to ask me questions can drop your questions down in the comment box or speak it out loud to me.
Hi, Shrinika.
Hi, Uncle.
Hey, congratulations. It was really a fantastic presentation that you did. Really
Thank you.
impressed from your first book that you launched. I was there and I can see so much of transformation. I'll keep my question quick. So to improve for your vocabulary, I can see you used a lot of good work. Like how do you improve your vocabulary? You never mentioned anything about your reading.
I read a lot of books. If you look at my room, you would see a collection of books everywhere. And I also used to read newspapers, which had a lot of interesting and overwhelming facts that were really breathtaking. So every day, every article I read, it would improve my vocabulary one by one.
Every day you read. What do you like to read a lot? Which books do you like? What kind do you like to read?
I like to read articles. Sometimes I go into Google and research about a biography of a person and I read that. Or I even read goodnight stories or short versions of Shakespeare stories.
Okay, great. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Uncle.
Hi,
Wow, Miss
Shrenika.
Shrenika.
It was wonderful. I just
Sorry, sir,
wanted to
go ahead.
know, how did you develop your oratory or speaking skills? Is there any particular technique that you would like to advise other people to follow?
Well, it's all thanks to my school because they let us speak in English all the time and they let us communicate a lot. They give us a lot of, you know, like speech skills. They teach us how to give a speech and they give us a lot of chances as well. And yes, sir.
One follow-up question. Which language do you think in?
My mother tongue is Telugu, so mostly while I'm thinking, I give up on my thoughts in Telugu.
Thank you. All the very best. It was great.
Thank you very much, Uncle.
Wow, Miss Shrenika, that was such a wholesome presentation. You really rocked it. And you have the honor of being the youngest speaker from our forum. Till date, you are the youngest speaker. And I have no hesitation in saying that you rank among one of our best speakers.
Thank you very much, Auntie.
Yes, so it was beautiful. You not only gave, actually, participants, we had given only 6 days time for Shrenika to prepare for her session on Monday Musings. And she gladly jumped in. There were so many speakers who hesitate, even if we give them 10 days. They say they want more time to prepare, but Shrenika just dived right in and she came up with an excellent presentation. Actually, it was finished 2 days before the task, and she said that she's completed the presentation. So she did a great job. You not only told what the problems you had faced, but you also told us how we can face our problems as well. Thank you so much. With a lot of tips, and I found myself smiling at a lot of places, especially where you had told about grammar. That was beautiful.
Thank you very much, Auntie.
Thank you, and so much power to you, and a lot of blessings for whatever is to come in your future.
Thank
From
you
all
very
of
much.
us here, from all of us here, and I have no doubt about it. Yeah, Mr. Nedumaran has raised his hand. Please go ahead.
Yeah, blessings to you, Srinita. It was a wonderful presentation at this age. I am marveled, and I will actually, my grandchildren are also watching this, so they all wish you a great going in your life. All the best. Blessings to you.
Thank you so much for your warm wishes, Uncle. Thank you very much.
Anybody would like to come forward with any queries or doubts about the session? Please go ahead. You can unmute yourself or you can drop it in the chat box.
One more question, Shrenika. Tricky one, you may like to answer or you may not like to answer. Have you started monetizing your talents?
Sorry, Uncle, I couldn't get that.
Have you started monetizing your talents? I mean, of course, your parents will have to do it on your behalf. I mean, do you charge for lectures? Do you charge for appearances?
Not really, Uncle, but I do work on my extracurriculars and my speaking skills every day.
Okay. No. What I wanted to ask you is that, have you started monetizing in the sense that you must be giving a lot of lectures and appearances in a lot of places. Is there any fee that you charge? I'm asking you because we might like to invite you somewhere. So that is the reason I'm asking.
Not really, Uncle. We haven't paid any. We haven't asked any for fees.
Okay. So you're spreading your knowledge and experience for everybody's benefit. That's very great. All the best to you.
Thanks, Uncle. Any other questions? Got to ask
Hi,
me?
Shrinika. I'm watching your presentation all the way from California. So it's so interesting to see kids at your age to be so clear, so articulate. This generation, it's so amazing to see you. So much hats off to you. And I hope you shine at a very young age. So we are so proud of you.
Thank you very much, Uncle. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shrinika, I would like to ask you a question.
Yes, Auntie.
From today's forum, we all understand that you are not only a great author with a vivid imagination, but also a wonderful speaker who can manage questions. And like Puneet sir said, it's nice to hear you speak so articulately. So would you consider public speaking or motivational speaking somewhere down the line?
I'm sorry, Auntie. I couldn't get what you were asking me.
Do you want to consider, like now, right now you're interested in writing, but
Yes.
there are a lot of people who make a living by speaking also. There are a lot of motivational speakers and people who conduct sessions for others. So would you consider a line in that also?
Yes, Auntie, perhaps. If I enhance my writing skills, I could definitely go on that path.
Okay, so you're open to it also.
Yes, Auntie.
Wonderful. Any students here who would like to go for a question session? Looks like you did a great job, Shrinika. Like nobody's got any. I think all their doubts are at rest. So is there anything else you would like to share? Would you like to sing a song for us? I've heard one of your songs on YouTube. It would be great if you can, that is, if you would like to. No pressure.
Yes, Auntie. Maybe you can choose a song for me to sing.
I'm sure we can't understand BTS. Anybody wants to suggest? No, you sing whichever you're comfortable.
No, Auntie. If people suggest, I can.
Okay, one Miss Priyan has raised their hands. Please go ahead.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. Ma'am,
Good evening.
I'm here that Srinika's speech, ma'am. It's very wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm also writing one book, ma'am. It's a Tamil motivation book I'm writing. Srinika, you can give me some motivation to me to write more books. It's very helpful to me.
Thank you very much for giving me that opportunity. Well, if you keep trying and if you feel stuck in any point, just read out your story again and just tell yourself, I'm really good at this and I can do this and I will never give up. And you keep writing your story, read your story once again. And if you feel like you're not doing it right, all the authors feel that. So you can just give it to someone else. If they feel like it's okay, you can also give it to someone for help. You can receive some help from some other person or even your parents, your teachers, anyone. And that I feel like that would be really helpful for a book.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Auntie,
Yeah,
so any other questions?
I think a song first.
Yes, Auntie. Not sure what to sing. Just give me some song to sing, Auntie. I can.
Unstoppable.
I don't know the lyrics.
Okay.
How
Okay,
about Roar from, do you know the
yes,
song?
Auntie. Yes, Auntie.
Roar? I think it's Roar.
Oh yeah, I know it. I've heard about it, but I haven't listened. So I can sing Tamil song.
Sure.
Yes, பூக்கும் ஆசை அது கேட்கத்தான் ஆசை புல்விரியும் ஓசை அது கேட்கத்தான் ஆசை பச்சைகளின் குக்கு பூச்சிகளின் ரிங் 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 சங்கீதம் சொல்லித் தருமே தங்க பெண்ணே காலோடு சலங்கை பூட்டி கரையெல்லாம் வீணை மீட்டி நதி பாடும் பாடல் கேளாய் பட்டு பெண்ணே பூமி ஒரு வீணை இதை காற்றின் கைகள் நீட்டுதே கேட்கும் மொழியெல்லாம் அடசாரி காம பதனி சரி பூக்கும் ஆசை அது கேட்கத்தான் ஆசை புல்விரியும் ஓசை அது கேட்கத்தான் ஆசை.
Wow.
I hope you liked it.
I did. So there are so many positive comments on the chat box. Yeah, wonderful presentation, and Puneet sir says truly a prodigy. Yeah, a lot of good wishes for you.
Thank you for all of you people wishing me such a wonderful, warm wishes. Thank you, all of you.
Somebody else has raised their hand. Please go ahead. Okay. If there are no more questions, Shrinika, is there anything else that you would like to add on?
Not really, Auntie. If there are any questions, I can follow up.
Okay. Mr. Prasanna Kandipan says, which is your favorite book?
My favorite book is not frozen yet. It keeps changing. So right now I find Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls as my favorite book. I read it like for 3 times because I found it really motivational. Thank you.
Thank you, Shrinika.
Thanks, Auntie.
There are no more questions, then we can call it a night and wrap up the session. Okay. Thank you all the participants for joining us today with CMA to welcome our youngest prodigy who made the forum proud today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Speaker Ms. Srinika, for sharing
you.
your views, your story, and your lovely insights. And having read her book, I would also like to share that she has a beautiful, wonderful imagination. And I suggest that all of y'all please go ahead and read her books. She's written 3 stories so far, and she's on to her 4th and her 5th novel. So I would suggest everybody to give it a read. Thank you so much. Thank you, CMA, our office bearers, our president, secretary, and all the members of CMA for making this forum happen week after week. Thank you so much. Please join us next week for another exciting session. Thank you, Srinika, and thanks to your family as well for encouraging such a beautiful prodigy.
Thank you very much, Auntie. I've truly found this session lovely. And thanks to all of you once again for listening to my speech. I hope you all enjoyed.
Definitely. Thank you, Ms. Srinika. Blessings
Yes,
to you.
Thank you very much, Auntie.
All right. Bye. Good night then. And have a lovely week ahead.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Happy advanced Independence Day as well.
Oh, yes. Happy advanced Independence Day.
Yes.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.